playoffs? Are you happy some of these games down the stretch that really didn't matter are over now and you can get these guys motivated and get back where they want to be next year?
Well, it's a long time till next year, but I mean, and you never want it to be over. Quite frankly, it's a disappointing moment in your season when you put in 8 months and then it comes to an end, especially like it did last 2 games, not even scoring a goal. I mean, it's pretty depressing, especially it's our 13th time being shut out, and I think our 12th time being shut out in the last 45 games or 47 games, something like that. It's not very good.
That's kind of my question. Who's scoring next year? Like, I mean, how big is this summer for you guys to figure out a way to either make these kids grow up quick or get some scores in here?
Well, they have to grow up quick. I mean, it's not easy finding scores. You know, I mean, it's a difficult thing, but scoring other than skill is the will to get to where you have to go to score the goals. And that's, you know, I mean, these guys have shut us out. I mean, Bishop we haven't scored a goal on him in 3 games, and he hasn't had to face too much in either one of those games.
How bad did you feel then for Stalock just to weather as many shots as he did?
Horrible, because you know what? I mean, there's games where recently where he hasn't been as good as he wanted to, and he was great tonight. He was absolutely great and into it. And you know, you're coming into a third period where you don't belong, you don't deserve to be tied, and he's single-handedly got you tied up, and we don't go to battle for him.
Looking back on the season, just how big of a grind was it?
It was a grind from day one. I mean, I thought we lost our first game, and it was, you know, when we won by 1 or 2 goals, and so every game that even we won, we were grinding it out type thing, and we'd get really good goaltending. So I mean, it's nothing's come easy to this team this year.
Amid that, Bruce, would you expect a lot of change to hit the roster this summer? What type of summer do you think it could be?
I have no idea yet. I think it's, I mean, I don't think anybody in the organization wants to not make the playoffs anymore. So whatever the decision is to the thought of what you have to do to make the playoffs is going to be done.
How important is it on that point from just a culture standpoint of getting yourself back to the playoffs and not letting these non-playoff seasons kind of linger and stack up?
Well, it's non-playoff season. You know, I mean, it's, boy, I mean, we don't, you know, I don't think any organization wants it to stack up. Nobody feels safe when that happens. But I mean, I think there's enough, I think there's enough skill in that room, and gonna be getting with the free agency and whatever it takes to make this team more than competitive next year. You get your injured players back. And I think that was a big thing for us, not having a couple of these players for long lengths of time really hurt us because our depth wasn't great.
What will next week be like for you watching the first round on TV?
I'm bitter. You know, I mean, it was, you just know that you want to be there. I mean, this is what you live for. This is what you grow up to do. It's not grow up to, boy, I hope I do good in the regular season. You always dream of doing good in the playoffs. So it's. I don't think anybody should be happy.
What changed with you were going to play Aberg and then you put Hunt in?
We just thought Hunt deserved it. He's been a real warrior for us since we got him, and we thought that this, you know, it wasn't fair to him to put him out.